Looking for Mr. Smith. This is Logan Jones. Ah, Mr. Jones, is it? Oh, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Jones. I'm happy to hear about your recovery, so to speak. We haven't met. My name's Jack Smith. Pleased to meet you. It's nice to meet you there, Mr. Smith. Look, before you go saying anything, Logan, there's a few things we ought to talk about. Go ahead, have yourself a seat. Care for some tea? No, I'm fine. I'll take whatever news you got. Stand it up. All right, sit yourself. You see, there's been a few changes up here at the Paleto Lumber Mill, Mr. Jones. And I am unfortunately here to, I have to inform you, you've been relieved of your duties. What the hell do you mean, relieved of my duties? Well, it seems the lumber mill has come under new ownership. While you was up there at the hospital, the previous owners has sold the lumber mill, and you know, it was underperforming and all that. I understand. I was on the verge of changing all of that. I mean, I was making some real progress there. You might have been making some progress, Mr. Jones, but progress wasn't paying all the bills, now was it? We was running a deficit, and you know it. You're just lucky we was paying what we were for trying to get people to come up here and work. Well, look, I thought it was a generous payment based on the risk. You know, people are putting their lives on the line to get lumber out here, and it was putting us out of business, Mr. Jones. We cannot afford to, nor continue to pay such an outrageous rate. All right. Then what are we paying now then? Well, that's the thing there, Mr. Jones. I've been informed by new management that they want to make a few changes. All right, a few changes. Well, I mean, I was working on getting the EMS up here with a few safety protocol additions, and we were going to do psychological evaluations of all the staff up here at the lumber mill. There's been too many incidences of hotheads and all kinds of things like that. Well, there's not going to be anything like that, Mr. Jones. We simply can't afford to undertake such a thing. And to be honest with you, we've got a few news reporters and other people snooping around, looking into things and trying to dig up that whole mess with Richard Oakes and all of that. It's best if we just move along. All right? So what's the plan then? And how can I help out? Well, that's the thing there, Mr. Jones. You see, the new management, they've brought in their own people, so to speak. When you was in the hospital, we kind of heard from a few of your former workers. Well, a lot of them spoke highly of you. There was a few that we talked to. Said you pushed them around too much. You were too hard on them. Didn't take into account family considerations and other things that they had going on. Well, look. I mean, I'm sure that's probably the attitude you got from a few of the lazy people up there working. That's just the thing there, Mr. Jones. You seem to think anybody who's taking a 5-minute break is a lazy person. Well, the management told me to inform you that you've been relieved. Sorry to say, but there's not a job for you here at the Paleto Lumber Mill anymore. You're kidding me. I put my heart and soul into this goddamn place. I spent money out of my own damn pocket that I earned. I was doing 2 jobs. Doing all kinds of crazy things. I mean, what do you mean I don't have my job? I mean, you do not have a job anymore here, Mr. Jones. That's it. Now, I don't want any trouble. I know that you have this kind of thing where you claim lumberjack rules. We're not going to have any of that. All the fellas here are now armed again. Protect them from the murder kiddies, you see. People who get a bit uppity. What do you mean? Are you threatening me? Oh, Mr. Jones, I suggest that you go ahead now that you're not an employee anymore. You go ahead and get off the property before I have to call the police. And then this starts to get a little bit ugly, you see. Fine. Damn it. I'm not going to forget this, Mr. Smith. Not going to forget this at all. I poured my heart and soul into this place. All I wanted to do was make it better. Move it on. Get past the Richard Oakes thing. Prove to the community that through hard work, they can come together. Can overcome things. Together. And you see there, Mr. Jones, the lumber mill of Paleto is no place for, visionaries, so to speak. Your services are no longer needed here, Mr. Jones. Good day. Unless you want me to call the police and have them escort you off the property. Son of a bitch. Stay in that fucking office. I want to see your face out here. Oh! Oh! Shit! Ow. Damn it. Don't go try to pull off any lawsuits there, Mr. Jones. You're no longer entitled to workman's compensation. Both low, thank you.